Hey everybody. I just wanted to say hi and sorry that this is not out on the 1st of August, but as you can tell by my nose and everything, I came down with a sinus cold and the past 2 days I have felt like shit. And I've done absolutely nothing of what I needed to do for anything besides cooking food for my family. And so today I still feel kind of like shit. So, uh, I decided that I need to get this done, get it out as soon as I can. This will be coming to you tomorrow, August 2nd. So, I apologize in advance that I did not get this out to you when I normally do. But sinus colds are things that make me feel like poo, and I just don't. I just don't do much when I'm on them. Hi, Kiki. What my Kiki doing? Yeah, this is my Kiki. Oh, he likes to be in frame sometimes. Okay, I'll let the video go now. Bye.
Welcome everyone back to the Reading Writing Corner. I'm your host, Leanne, and this is the July wrap-up, August TBR drawing lot of the day. Now, originally, these were the 4 books I drew. Okay? I read this one all the way up, and it was a little like what I expected, but a lot like not what I expected. And it was also it's also a duology. And I didn't know that. And I don't have the other one, and I'm not going to go and get it. So this book will be unhauled later this year. And I don't know, I like the movie better, I guess. As for this one. Okay. So I can understand why, back when I was in college, that they only really wanted you to read specific chapters. And all that. Because they only really had me in college, I think, reading like certain chapters of this. Because a lot of it is just, I don't know, weird. I did at one point skim some of it because it's a little dry. I mean, it might not look like I skimmed some of it, but I skimmed some of it and just highlighted what I thought was irrelevant. This book, I did not know that it was a retelling, sort of the life of Frankenstein and how he came to do what he did and how desperate everything was, because a lot of the Frankenstein movies and stuff like that are not portrayed the same way as far as I can remember than what I've seen. And you don't get to read the whole thing when you're in college or in high school because they make you read certain parts of it only. And so it was not what I was expecting, and so I don't know, I didn't like it the way I thought I would. I'll also begin unhauling this book when I get to the point where I'm ready to unhaul all the books that I've read this year that I didn't like, which will be December. This book was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be an analysis of the Da Vinci Code by the author, putting evidence up against what the actual Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown portrayed within their book and / movie, and what are real facts. It's told like a story with characters and everything, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. And I didn't like the way it was done, because I mean, like, we're going to read this book and then we're going to discuss it, but it's going to be like juvenile stuff and everything, and yeah, I did not like it. I didn't even have to, after like the first 2 chapters. Yeah, I think I read like the first 2 chapters, or first 1.5, because I did not get far in the second chapter. it was not what I was expecting it to be, and so it really let me down because this is a quest for answers, and I literally thought that it was going to be an actual, like what it says on the back. Was Mary Magdalene really Jesus' wife and the mother of his child? And, you know, actually delved into the history of what we know and the facts that we have versus what fiction Dan Brown put into his story. But it wasn't. It was more like the characters going, oh, well, I thought this. Is that not true? Well, I did a bit of research and this is what I found out. 3 characters reading a book and they're just discussing it. And it's just, yeah, a little disappointing. And then I read through this one. The Scent of Roses, Kate Martin, which is actually also has more books in it in the series. And I didn't know it was a series to begin with. But I think it's just standalone parts of a series, but they don't have the same characters. But they have this, like, the same type of stuff. It's thriller, paranormal, romance. And I can't say it wasn't that bad. But there was a lot more they could have done with it. A lot of different paths they could have taken that would have made it better. Because it doesn't portray itself the way I thought it would be. You know, because it says she's visited each night by a ghost, but she's not. It only happens every once in a while when her husband's not there. And maybe once in a while when her husband's there. And it's just about murders of the past, really. And it didn't suck me in at all. And now we're going to insert right here the fact that since these were done before the end of July, I had to pick actually 2 more books. So I'll let you see those clips because they're picked at different times, and then we'll come back. Hello everyone! This is my niece. She has decided that she wants to help me out with something today. I have read through the July TBR already. Hi, Kat, get out of the way. You are messing everything up. And she says she wanted to pick my next read. So, here she goes. Pick my next read. What's my next read?
I picked 2.
You picked 1.
Oh, it's a very long one.
I just wrote them on one thing. What does it say?
I can't read.
The Great Dialogues of Plato. Really? Plato? Okay, folks. She chose... I didn't have to go anywhere. This book! The Great Dialogues of Plato. As you can see, I actually have read some of this. So, yay on that.
Why Plato?
Because that was just in there and I own it. It's a great classic. The Great Dialogues of Plato. I have no clue if I'm actually going to read all of this or if I'm just going to pick out certain ones because there's a lot that happens in Plato's books. Like, you have 10 books in here plus others. So, I don't know. We'll see. I've read some of it. Hey, look, even some of it's highlighted. Oh, my book's also coming apart. Oh, no. That's how old the book is. Who knows? Anyways, we'll see if I can't get through this rest of this month. And if I do, we'll pick another book. If not, well, that'll be it. So, okay, folks. I just wanted to come in with an update here on this here. Great Dialogues of Plato. I'm actually not going to finish it. I read, like, the Symposium, Ion, and Menno, as well as Apology, but I can't force myself to read Criton, Phaedo, which is the Death of Socrates, and the Republic, the 10-book Republic, because I read synopsises for some of it, and then like what it's supposed to be about for the rest, like the Death of Socrates. I'm not really big on philosophy, and I'm surprised I read as much as I did. I was really forcing myself to read the Apology because it's really just argument for Socrates, and he's got away with words, but I didn't really find it. I don't know. I guess I'm not a philosophy person. because when I was in college, I had a 1.7 for my philosophy class. And that was like philosophy 101. So, if you know, you know. I'm not into it. So, I'm DNFing the rest of the book. And I've held on to this since college. My first year at college, actually. So 2007/8. I think it's about time to unhaul this book, but that will be in the haul video at the end of the year. So because of that, it's July 24th right now. I still have 7 days left to the month. We're gonna do one book, and hopefully it's not a big one because there's not really that many days left. And I'm still doing the National Novel Writing Month for Camp July, and I'm at 18,000 words on that, so I'm doing pretty good out of my 25,000 word goal, and I can't wait to do that, to finish it, because I'm working on a fan fiction right now, and I'm trying to get ahead in that because it's a 10-part fan fiction story with over 100,000 for each one, and it's taking a lot of time because I'm on part 4, the beginning, and it's a lot, and I'm trying to get through it as much as I can. I'm actually writing it on Scrivenger. I'll show you a few things about it, like, while I'm talking about it. Scrivenger is it's an app for writing on your computer. And what it is it allows you to have tabs on the side, on your left-hand side, that will show you, like book titles, scene, chapter, and it'll get you have references. You can do character sheets. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's got different types of platforms that you can choose from, like manuscript and blank and newsletters and things like that. So it makes it easier for you to sort through what you want to write about and everything. It's got novel formats and everything like that, script writing in there. So it gives you a template for all of those, and you can choose which ones you want and make your own as you go. I normally just click the novel one, so that way it's got a nice little small template. So if I want to put research information in, I can gather up all the information that I want for research and put it in there. So it's an easy to find list, and you can put links in there as well as putting pictures in there, and you can have little notes on the side for, say, this for this or that for that. So that way if you're trying to write a story, you can refer to your notes and certain chapters about, oh, this is what happened here, so I can refer to it later on. And it's really easy to organize and everything. You can have it in formats where it's like a big list, like a long stroll where you're just scrolling through the whole thing, or you can do it from chapter to chapter, page to page. It gives you your word count. You can size up how big you want the lettering to be. And I really, really do enjoy it. It's great. I use it for all my writing and everything I do. Basically, yeah, it's a wonderful app. Not a promotion, or what is it called? What are those things called? I'm not being paid. It's not paid for this. I'm not blabbering out this. I'm not being paid by Scrivenger for this. I'm just saying, I like it. I like it a lot better than Google Docs, and I like it a lot better than a lot of other stuff, because everything's conveniently organized in a specific way, in any way you want to. And if you want to move a chapter, you can actually pick up that chapter and just move it up or move it down or rename the chapter. It's really simplified. And if you want to put something underneath that chapter, you want to indent a tab. Say you wrote a chapter, but you got a scene you want to insert somewhere. You can just poke that in there somewhere and leave it underneath that chapter saying, hey, insert the scene here, or whatever it is you're trying to do. So Scrivenger is a really good thing to use for writing, because it's just, I just like it, okay? You can tell I'm not being paid for this. And so, hadu, we're going to hadu in here. Also, if you didn't know, all of the books picked for this month of July, I don't have a sequel to, so I can't add more of my orange paper in here, which is a little sad, because it's like, it's going to be a little longer before I get multicolored in here. Yay. Can't wait for multicolored. So this one here, by Kay Hooper. Chill of Fear by Kay Hooper. Okay. I don't know if you can read that, but Chill of Fear by Kay Hooper. For this, I don't actually have all of the books for it either. I don't even know if this is the first one or not. I've got like a few of Kay Hooper's books, but I don't have a lot of them. And I don't know if I'm going to want to get them, because I have at least 3 books by her. And it's a thriller mystery novels that they are, because it's a Bishop Special Crimes Unit novel. And so, yeah. I only have Chill of Fear, which in this it says that Hunting of Fear is probably supposed to be first. Whoopsie. And then you have Sleeping with Fear is supposed to be coming out as well. So, well, back when this book was published. Yeah, I don't have any of those. And I don't know if I'm going to get them. So, maybe, because, I don't know. Anyways, Chill of Fear, it's actually quite big. Actually, it's not. It just looks like it's big. It's, those don't have numbers. 338 pages, so that's not too bad. Okay. Oopsie. Wait a minute. Let's progress. That's nothing important. Okay, so, sorry about that. There's, yeah. So, let's see. This says, for 20 years, FBI agent Quentin Hayes has been haunted by an unsolved murder that took place at a secluded Victorian-era resort in Tennessee when he was little more than a boy. Now part of Noah Bishop's Special Crimes Unit, he's returned to the scene of the long-ago crime to find answer. Diana Briscoe has come to the lodge hoping to unlock the mystery of her own troubled past. Instead, she is assailed by nightmares and the disturbing visions of children who vanished from the resort years before. And an FBI agent is trying to convince her that she isn't crazy, but that she has a rare gift. A gift that could catch the coldest killer of all. So, I'm going to read this. It looks like it might actually have a little bit of romance in it, too, which is kind of weird. But we'll see what it is. It's 338 pages. And everything. So, it looks like it might be a fast read for me if I start it today. Also, I wanted to update you. If every now and then when you have a video that you watch of me going forward has crying babies in it at any time, a crying baby, my sister whom I live with and her husband, they just had a baby on the 22nd. Yay. So lots going on with that. Yeah, that'll be a baby, and I'm not gonna sit there and do anything about that, because I mean, babies, they have to cry. They will cry. We'll see how well she does and everything, and I can't wait for the baby to come home. There is something. Okay, so folks, I just wanted to let you know that I do have a Discord for the Reading Writing Corner. I'm going to drop the link down below for you guys if you want to go to it. If you don't, that's fine. Let's see what else I have going on in my life. I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it much, so I'm not going to recommend you go to it or anything like that. I'll also start dropping down the links below for my gaming channel. If you guys want to check that out, check out more about me. And I'll drop my Twitch channel, which is something where I'm trying to start streaming every Friday night or every other Friday night, depending on how things go. So we'll see with that. So if you guys want to check out more of me, my gaming community, that's fine. If you don't, you know, if you want to be part of the Rainy Corner Discord, it's very small right now. There's not a lot going on because I've just, you see how distracted I get? Maybe I don't know. Anyways, it's just very small right now and there's not a lot going on in it. So if you want to go check it out, you can. If you don't, I'm not going to push you to do it. There's no sense in it. If you want to be a part of it, you want to be a part of it. And I will jump back in when the month of July. Well, I'll see you guys in a bit. No, that's not what I want to say. I will. Now you can get back to the regular scheduled program episode of this thing where I'm going to pick up my August TBR. Okay, so as you saw, I picked Play-Doh. Well, my niece did, actually. And I was going to read the whole thing, but then I was just like, as I said in the other clip, I couldn't. So I skipped the whole Republic and the last two about Socrates' death and being in prison. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So when at the end of the year, I'm also going to unhaul this book, but I don't know what I'm going to do exactly how I'm going to unhaul these books or whatever. Maybe I'll put them on Pango. Maybe I'll just give them to the little libraries around my town for people who will enjoy them. Maybe. And then this. I devoured it in 3 days. Well, 3.5 days. I devoured it in 3.5 days. And those weren't straight up continuously reading. Like, 2 of those days I had to work. So when I came home, I was just like, read. It was more than I thought it would be. Way more than I thought it would be. And I can tell you now that it was a 5-star read because I thought it was just going to be a mystery thriller, but it's actually not a mystery thriller. It's a paranormal mystery thriller with a slash of romance in it, and it's way more than I thought it was going to be, and it took me by surprise, and I loved every second of reading it. Every second, for some reason. I don't know what the difference was between this book and this book, but this book was a 5-star. It was like a 3, maybe 3.5, maybe a 4. I don't really recall what I put it down as, but yes, there's a difference for some reason. I really enjoyed this one, and so I can't wait to read the other 2 that I have and to get my hands on more of her books, because if it's anything like this one, yeah, I'm gonna want to read it. Definitely want to read it. Way too much want to read it. Yes. So with that in mind, I did end up reading, 6 books? Technically? Well, if you minus the fact that I DNF'd one completely, DNF'd half of one, and the other 2 are not as thick as you think they are. Like this one, it stops like somewhere. Yeah, like the rest of this is like facts and stuff, not the actual story. And of course, since this is a Norton Critical edition, like the story itself ends here. So the rest of this is just for the Norton Critical. Like, I think you have, I don't know, you have context, like introductions, you have composition and revisions, choosing a text of Frankenstein to teach. You got letters to Fanny something. Got something about Percy Bysshe Shelley, George Gordon, and what he thought. A letter prefaced to the vampire, 19th century responses, as well as modern criticism. And then you have a chronology and a selected biography. So yeah, there's like so much more that is actually irrelevant to the actual story. It's just analysis and breakdowns of what people thought about the actual classical Frankenstein. And I've noticed that classics are not really something I'm into. Because I'm like, Great Dialects of Plato. Classic. Not interesting. Not as much as I thought it would be. And so there's that. So I'm going to put these. I need to write my reviews for them and record and edit them for the future videos that are going to be about my reviews for them. So catch them there if you want to know more in depth when they come out. I believe, folks, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we've already started getting into the beginnings of the May TBR being posted on up for you guys, so it might be a while before we get to the July TBR on the channel. But I want it that way because it gives me more time to read more books and get more videos for right now, because I am a slow reader with having this 5-day-a-week job, 2 kids, and a household that I have to take care of. Sometimes I gotta cook, sometimes I gotta clean, sometimes I go grocery shopping, and also I'm maintaining 2 channels, so it's kind of a lot of juggling to do, and I'm trying to get back into writing more. So my time is small. I have a small window for certain things and everything like that. So yeah. Also, I'm almost done my nano for this Camp July. I got like 600-700 words left to write, and I'll get that done today or tomorrow, which today is actually July 28th. So yes, today or tomorrow I'll get that finished, and then I won't have to worry about that no more, and I can get back into doing other stuff. But I will dedicate at least 1 day a week to writing, as much as I can, so that way I can get back into the habit of writing in general, because I haven't done that a lot recently, and shame on me, because I like writing. Now, as you know, it's how to is time. I also want to note before I start drawing that I did put Blood Dreams, which is actually part of the Bishop / Special Victims unit, like Chill of Fear, but it's for another set of series instead, but they're all like interconnected because they all deal with the Special Criminals Victims unit, whatever you want to call it, for the paranormal. So I put it in here only because I wanted to. And I want to move on to a different colored paper eventually, so I can start picking out different colored papers instead of it just being all white. So How-Do is here now for this one. And we are going to draw, there's 31 days in August, so I'll draw 5 books plus a 6th one for a bonus, and we'll see how far we get. And we're going to start over here. And digging in here, because that's what we do. We dig. The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. If you can read that. Okay. The Tommyknockers by Stephen King. Oh, Lord. That's going to be a little difficult, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Why that's going to be a little difficult. This book is old. It was my mother's before I got it, after she passed away. So it is old and beaten down and everything. So this is Tommyknockers by Stephen King. And it's a thick boy. So I might just draw 5. This is really a thick boy. It's over 700 pages. It's literally all the way back here to 747. So it's literally big. And this is why it's a carefully thing, because it's falling apart. I mean, like, I've read it through once a long time ago, and the book cover was already falling off by that time. So yeah, let me see, what year was this thing published? So this is a Signet book. It was published in 1988. It was published the year I was born. This was published the year I was born. So yeah, it's old. So book 1. The Tommyknockers. Oh, right. Let me just, for now. There we go. Now we're going on to the next book, and we'll draw it over here. I want this one. This one, which says The Husband by Dean Koontz. What is this gonna be? Horror? Are we doing horror this month for August? We're also doing, so far, no sequels. No. Oh, we don't have to go that far. A hardback of Dean Koontz that I own. We Have Your Wife. You can get her back for $2 million cash. Ignore that $6 thing. I didn't buy it for $6. I thrifted it for less than that. So this was actually done in 2006. But yeah, The Husband by Dean Koontz. I think I've only read like, I think I read Mr. Murder. It's a book I have. So this is something new, and it's just a blank cover. Joy. And it's not as thick as the Stephen King, which I'm sort of glad for. Because, yikes. Who knows? I might actually just draw 4 because I don't know if I'm going to get through the Tommyknockers very fast. So maybe we'll draw 4 and have the 5th one, depending on what the other ones are. So for now, currently 4. The 5th one being, and maybe if I can get to it. Would you not fall? Alrighty, this one looks a little thicker, but that might be because I just can't write straight lines. The Merchant of Death by D.J. McHale. Pendragon series, and it's actually the first one in it. Yay! It's also very long. The 374, that's not actually too bad. So here's my 3rd book. And this one's actually part of a series, so I can add in the next book into the series in the thing. Be less orange. Right? 2 more books, and then I can start doing a different color. So, yay for that. Pendragon. We'll have fun with that one. Okay, so we've done this side, this side, this side. Well, we're going to go back here. And that's 2 of them. We'll do this one. Let's hope. Okay, one of my newer books, because actually those are all my older books that I've had for a little while. And this is actually a bought book, not a thrifted book. Well, I mean, Pendragon was not thrifted, it was bought. But the other two, well, other one, because one of them was my mom's, was thrifted. The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C.E. This also means I can put in the last one for that and start a new paper. A new paper. A new paper. Trying to kill me this year for hardbacks this month. Alrighty then, here it is. The Rise of Kyoshi. And some lovely inside right there. There's the front of the cover. There's nothing on the back. But there you go. The Rise of Kyoshi, the Avatar The Last Airbender, which I've been excited to read this, so I'm a little happy that I get to read it. Give me the Avatar shirt period, or I'll put you down like the beast you are. Ooh. Tagaka spread her arms wide, telling her to look around them at the field of ice they were standing on. With what, little girl from the Earth Kingdom? She asked. With what? Kyoshi braced her stomach, filled her lungs, and slammed her feet into the crowding bridge stance. A cone of gray stone sea floor exploded from the surface of the ocean. It caught the hull of Tagaki's cutter and lifted the ship to the side, tearing wooden planks off the frame as easily as paper off a kite. A wave of displaced water swept over the iceberg, knocking pirates off their feet and smashing crates to splinters. Further out, the sea boiled. The groan of timber shattering against rock filled the air, as hideous as a chorus of winged animals. Kyoshi dropped to her knees, panting and heaving. Tagaki turned around, her face still controlled over the past 2 days, spasmed in every direction. What in the name of spirits are you? Kyoshi stood her ground. Yay! I'm going to read this, and I'm going to love every bit of it, I'm assuming. I hope this is a 5-star read. Because I liked Avatar The Last Airbender, the TV series, cartoon series. And I really want to see the Netflix version of Avatar The Last Airbender. Because I saw the Last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan, and let me tell you, his name isn't Ong, it's Aang. And his name is not Sokka. It's Sokka. Because Sokka is a Japanese word for I understand. And Sokka, for the first entire season 1, does not understand much of anything. You're all little thick boys. Thicky boys. And this actually has over 400 pages. 442? Really? And it really goes to the very last bit. Okay. Okay. Now the bonus one, in case I get through all these. Bonus, bonus, bonus. The bonus. You know, we're going to just pick up the one I wanted to come with. I see fairy. Do I have a fairy book? It reads fairy, but I don't think I have a fairy book. Do you think I have a fairy book? Do I have a fairy book? I don't know. But, you know what? We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to shake it up. There's less in here now. Because we've been doing a lot of standalones and a lot of series. Oh, really, a lot of standalones lately. I've been attacked by 3 of them. So, let's just dive in the middle and grab this one. No. I saw that said Stephen King. No. We already got Stephen King. We're not doing it. We'll do this one. Okay. The Confessions of Noah Weber. Bug Yell. It's gonna be Harvin. Not Tarvin. The Confessions of Noah Weber. as you can see, I've actually had to read this book. Went back in college. I got a lot of stuff in there. This is also a translated copy. So, did I never finish the book? Why is that in there? You know what? It doesn't need to be in there. But it was on 306 and 307. But I'm sure I read it. Yeah, I read it. Because it's got a clip for the epilogue. Just 333 pages. So this award-winning novel of one woman's quest to understand her obsession and love with the mysterious man is by turns funny, self-mocking, and brutal honest. Trying to free herself, Rita Nor Weber is a respected cultural figure with all the trappings of a successful feminist life. With a strong career and a wonderful daughter she raised alone, yet her interior life is inextricably bound by her love for one man, Alec. Trying to free herself from this lifelong obsessive love, Noah turns her pen upon herself, and with relentless honesty dissects her life against the evocation setting of her turbulent modern-day Israel. The examination becomes a quest to transform irrational desire into a greater, more transcendent understanding of love. So, this is my maybe. We'll maybe get to it. My maybe one. We'll see. We have a lot of thick books, thick boys. Thickies. So, I might get through these 5. May not. We will see. And we'll let you know how I feel about them when we come back for the August wrap-up. Until then, I will see you next illusion.